Welcome to the Joe Cooks. This week we're going to have a go at another leftover type dish. We're going to make a cheese scone and we're going to stuff it with like a Mediterranean veg type thing. It's all bits and pieces I had left over in the fridge and that. The perfect scones, you can put anything you want in them. This recipe basically is a cheese scone but with added stuff. So yeah, let's get on with it. We'll start with the filling because the filling takes a little bit of cooking. Then we'll move on to the scones. Right, for the filling I'm using today, it's going to be, like I said, a Mediterranean one. I've got a couple of leftover mushrooms, which I've diced up, half a red onion, which I've diced up, and about half a quarter of bell pepper, which I've diced up as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to warm a pan up. I'm going to put 10 millilitres of olive oil, or 10 grams, whatever you want. Mine's about a cup, half a cup, or a cup. Don't want loads in. This is really high calorie stuff, olive oil, but it's nice and it's healthy. We'll let that warm up, then we'll put our veg in. Right, the olive oil's warmed up, we'll go in with our veg. This is on a medium heat. I've got mine on number 4, so it's just past halfway on mine. And basically all we're going to do is just put all the ingredients in, a bit of chopped basil. The ingredients and the macros and the calories and all that, the equipment will be in the description as normal. But we'll go in with a bit of chopped basil. And with some garlic. This is about 10-15 grams of chopped garlic. It's just what was left in the packet, so we'll get it used. Yeah, these scones, you can put anything you want in them. Tuna and sweet corn's a good one. You just got to make sure that you drain the sweet corn properly and that. And bacon and mushroom scones, fantastic. So you don't have to just keep them as basic cheese ones. They're nice, the cheese ones, don't get us wrong. I like the cheese ones myself. Anyway, we'll just let that simmer away. We'll move over, we'll start the scones. Okay, I've preheated the oven at 200 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to use a big bowl, and in this bowl I'm going to put 225 grams of self-raising flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a little bit of salt, and a little bit more dried basil. Not a lot, just enough to cause a fleck in the flour. And now I'm just going to give this a bit of a mix. Just make sure everything's combined. And we're going to add 50 grams of butter. I've kept this in the fridge till the last minute because it's got to be cold. It's got to be cold. So you just put this in. Normally at this point I'd go straight in with my fingers and mix it into a breadcrumb. But I'm going to use a food processor. You can use the same. And just because my hands are so warm, it's about 30 degrees outside, and yeah, if the butter starts melting, it's not great. So I'll give it a quick mix with this, and we're looking for a breadcrumb consistency. You'll see it when it happens. Okay, now we've got our breadcrumb type consistency. That took about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And we're ready to move on to the next stage. All the while that's happening, just keep an eye on your veg. Give them a turn and that. And these are coming up nicely now. I'll show you now. It's just gone a bit soft, nicely cooked. What I'll do now, I'll just turn this off the heat and just let it start and cool itself down. Really, you could do this in advance, but I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. So But as long as it's not really raging cooking, you can stick it in and it's fine. It's fine. Right, now with scone mix, we're going to add the cheese. This is 120 grams of grated mature cheddar. This is a 50% reduced fat one. You can pretty much use any cheddar you want. I just like to keep the calories down a little bit. They are calorific, is that what it'll say? Calorific to start with, so, but never mind. And I'll just give this another little quick whisk in. Okay, that'll do. And now, we're going to have to get our hands involved. What I like to do, I've given my hands a good scrub right at the start, and I've made sure they're bone dry. Because the drier they are, the easier it is to handle. And I do try and use one hand in and one hand out. But that's probably not going to happen. So, we'll see. Anyway, what you want to do is make a little well. We're going to put some skim milk in, about 100 ml, but not all at once. We'll just drip it in. We'll start with that. We'll mix it in, and we'll keep going until we've got a nice dough. So we'll just put that in. Like I say, I try and keep one hand out and one hand in, then I can hopefully handle the milk and stuff like that. I'm hoping we can get six decent scones out of this mix. Well, it's a great way of using all your leftovers up. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen, I had a bolognese video up last week and I hit a copyright strike again, so I took it down. And I was going to make that one again. But I had bits of all sorts left over in the fridge, so I thought, right, let's do a leftovers video. Anyway, this is going to take a few minutes and that. It's messy, but it's worth it. I'm just trying to work it into a dough. I mean, it's tempting just to go straight in and put more milk in that in, but just give it a fair chance first. I mean, it probably will take a little bit more milk, but not a lot. Not as much as you think. Yeah, I don't do much baking on my channel because things like naan breads and that, they're just as easy and just as cheap to go and buy, I think. And there's not much you can do to improve the calorie content of them and that, because basically you use the same ingredients as they're using to make them. But anyway, this has come together. If we need more flour, we've got more flour. We'll use a little bit of flour when we come to roll them out. The fun part. So this is coming together now nicely in a dough, as you can see. A bit messy in one hand. Look, I'm getting to the end with one hand out. I'm quite surprised. But anyway, what we're going to do now is chuck a little bit of flour on my board, and we'll put this out. I'll have a little tidy up and we'll set to work with the dough. Right, I've had a little tidy up. Well, dough's on the board now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make another little sort of well. We'll keep the flour bag handy, just in case I need to dust the board again. And we can start putting my filling into a scone mix. I'll just start with like a spoon or so, work it through, like so. You'll see it starting to just disperse into the dough. Looks a bit sticky in that, and you might need extra flour, but it's fine, it's fine. Want these big lumps of veg to sit proud in the oven. Right, there's what dough. I've got a couple of bits of stray veg, but we can just round them up and push them in the bottom, see? It's fine, it's fine. Right, what we're going to do now is I'm going to find my rolling pin because I haven't seen it for donkeys. Right, we're going to take a rolling pin, give it a dusting. Don't think I've ever used this one before. We're just going to gently roll it out. I want it about 2 centimeters thick. If you need more flour, it's fine. Just we're about 2 centimeters thick. That's about 2 centimeters. I say we're aiming for about 5 or 6. So I'm using this cutter. It's about a medium cutter, is it? And I'll just get as many as I can out of this one. Am I going to get 4? Or is it 3? Yeah. Right. And on them, we're going to put them onto a baking tray, which I've lined with a bit of parchment paper. Let's push that out. And we'll just do the same until we've used all the mix up. Just push this back together. Hopefully we'll get another 2 more out of it. The only problem with baking, sometimes it gets a bit out of hand, like the kitchen ends up in the right state, but hey, it's worth it. I've used all them leftovers, they would end up going in the bin. And yeah, it's great. Alright, we'll get another couple out of these. There's 1, 2, oh, I could get 7 here, could get 7, lucky 7. Lucky 7. Is it going to be 7? I'm trying, even though it looks like I'm handling it a lot, I'm holding it quite lightly. And I'm just gently letting it stick itself back together. I'm not forcing it. Just gentle, just gentle. There we go. 7. That'll do for me. Right, we've got 7. What I'm going to do now is just brush them with a little bit of milk. You can use an egg wash. I just use milk, just as good, just as good. Right, so just brush these. All I've got in here is a little bit of milk. I'm just going to brush the top. And hopefully I'll give it a nice little golden top on it when it comes out of the oven. Quite impressed that I got 7 because I didn't think I was banking on 5. Okay, now we can put these in the oven. It's preheated now, 200 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes until the top starts to go a nice golden brown. Right, it's been about 15 minutes. We'll have a look and we'll wrap this one up. Right, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I know if you've made it this far, you must have enjoyed it, so please hit the like button, hit subscribe and make comments, do all the things that YouTube like you to do. And look at them beauties, eh? All from a couple of leftovers, yeah? A couple of leftovers, 20 minutes work, oozing with cheese. Look at that. I'll stick it to one side, put them on this cooling rack for about 10 minutes, just to take the heat out of them, because they are red hot, red hot. Then we'll cut one open, we'll have a good look, I'll eat it, I'll say goodbye, and we'll do another one next week. But yeah, look at them. All from leftovers. Absolutely fantastic. It's been a couple of minutes. I've tarted a side plate up so we can have a look, and I can take a good thumbnail from this side plate. I'll get one out, we'll cut it open, we'll have a look. And great. Yeah, look at this. I think these cost about 40 pence plus the food that I was going to chuck away anyway. So there we go. I'll serve it with a bit of butter. And Bob's your uncle. He's not my uncle, but he could be yours. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And look after each other, be kind. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. And until next week, be lucky.